Hey guys, I had somebody tell me the other day that they don't really need to have a course on the music industry because they can just learn it from AI. And I thought, okay, that's fair enough. Let's just sort of randomly do a test on AI. Now, I actually have a certification on how to use AI. I'm not anti-AI at all. I think there's some really cool things about AI, and who knows where it's going to go. I mostly just want to talk about how it relates to the music industry. AI hasn't gone through the music industry, right? It's not a music artist. It doesn't really understand the industry. It's just if you ask it a question, it's extremely powerful in researching the internet and giving you well formulated answers. But as Google itself has told us, sorry, most of the information in the internet is either truncated or incorrect. So if something is being presented by AI as being very well written and very confidently portrayed, it's even more likely that you're going to believe it. So I did a very simple test. I asked ChatGPT a very simple question about the music industry. This is what I asked. In the music industry, is an interpolation also a sample? Okay. This is my very first question that I asked it in order to see if this person's theory is in any way true. And ChatGPT's response is no. An interpolation and a sample are related concepts, but they are not the same thing. It goes on, here's the difference. A sample uses the actual audio recording, whereas an interpolation is a re-recording and recreates part of an existing song. So here's why this is so dangerous, okay? If you actually went and got into a conversation with somebody that knows what they're doing and you said this, you would sound like you don't know what you're doing. This is not correct. There is information in here that is correct, but if you go and register your song with your PRO, I know for BMI for example, one of the very first questions. Now, BMI is on the publishing side. It is not concerned in any way about the sound recording, okay? One of the very first questions they ask is, were there any samples used in this work? Okay? Based on this answer, if you wrote a song and then you're producing it and you're not using any audio samples from any other songs, you would answer no to that question. But it's not talking about audio samples in that situation. BMI doesn't give a shit about the sound recording. They are on the publishing side. They're only collecting royalties related to the writing and the publishing. So when they ask, were there any samples used in this work, the work they're talking about is the composition, not the recording. So if you were to take even one line from another song that just hit you, I know Yeba in that tune, October Sky, she uses an interpolation there. She used an actual line from a chorus of another song. She had to get permission to do that because most of her work is an original work. So that means it's created a derivative work. But on BMI, if Yeba were registering her own song, I'm sure she's not doing that. But did you use a sample in this work? She would say yes, even though the sound recording did not use any audio samples at all. The question it wants to know is, are you using an exact melody or an exact lyric from someone else's composition in your composition? That is also called a sample because it is a sample of another someone else's original composition, even though maybe there's no sound recording that's even been made. So this is a this is exactly the thing about AI, that if you're trying to learn how your own business works, you have to be extremely careful, because the AI presents its information extremely well. Like the formatting, the semantics, the syntax, it's so well presented. It just feels like ironclad truth. But it's wrong a lot. It's wrong a lot. So that's why I made the Elephant in the Music Business course, so that you can learn from somebody who actually knows how the business works, and who has been through it. And I've made mistakes for thinking that I understood something that I didn't. So I did have a lot of things that I had to learn the hard way, which people are welcome to learn the hard way. But if you want to learn the easy way, check out the link